Hello my dear students, I am back again with another day of Hindu food analysis. Today we shall be discussing March 19 Hindu. So I take it for granted that you have gone through the newspapers. That is very essential for the best benefit of the program. I request all my students to subscribe to our YouTube channel and other social media platforms of ours, so that that will be a great help to us, and that will help us reach out to too many people. Please share the link of this program to your friends and invite them for the program, so that we can increase the popularity of this program. That will benefit us for sure. And let us begin. Let us begin with Hindu dated March 19. Supreme Court to hear plea against the sale of electoral bonds. India has assured Sri Lanka of support, says the Sri Lankan Foreign Secretary. So, Supreme Court to hear plea against sale of electoral bonds. Electoral bonds were implemented in the year 2017, I believe, Finance Act of 2017 introduced the use of electoral bonds, which are exempt from disclosure under Representation of People Act 1951, opening doors to unchecked, unknown funding to parties. So, if you want to donate to any political party, you can purchase electoral bonds and can subscribe that bonds to the political party of your choice. So, this was designed to ensure that political fundings become accounted. That is the original purpose. But as per the Act, any amount subscription is exempted from any kind of disclosure. This led to unchecked, unknown funding to parties, meaning anonymous funds will come to the parties. As per the RT Act, Right to Information Act also, you cannot seek any information for as regards electoral bonds funding, meaning who has donated, how much amount, to which political party has the money gone, you will not get any kind of information. So, in fact, this has led to more disguised funding to political parties, and such bonds, subscription of electoral bonds are exempt from income tax. So, look, this is a kind of a shadow funding. Now, the Supreme Court will hear a plea against the sale of electoral bonds. During every election, NGOs would approach the court for their quick intervention to check disguised funding through electoral bonds, but the court would not listen to. But at last, the Chief Justice has said that it would allow a petition, and Chief Justice agreed with Advocate Prashant Bhushan to urgently hear a plea by NGO Association for Democratic Reforms to stay the sale of new set of electoral bonds on April 1. So, electoral bonds led to shadow funding, and it is not checked by any of the agencies. Public will not get any information about who has funded to which political party and what amount. So, this is a shameful thing for a democracy. So, hopefully the Supreme Court will first stay the subscription of electoral bonds and will direct the center to make the laws stronger, so that fundings become transparent. Listen, the Election Commission wide letter dated May 26, 2017, and RBI letters on 31/1/2017, 14/9/2017 and 27/9/2017 had objected to electoral bonds and advised against the issuance of electoral bonds as a mode of donation to political parties. Despite all these things, despite all these warnings both by the Election Commission and the Reserve Bank of India, it had continued for the last 4 years, and that is quite objectionable. The first question is given to you. Pick out the most correct statement with regard to government's new vehicle scrap policy. The new policy provides for fitness tests after the completion of 20 years in the case of private owned vehicles. The new policy provides for fitness test after completion of 15 years in the case of commercial vehicles. Any vehicle that fails the fitness test or does not manage the renewal of its registration certificate may be declared as end of life vehicle. Government and PSU owned vehicles are exempted from the mandatory scrap. So what is your option? Hello my dear students, please give me your responses. Okay, it looks as if I am not getting a response. Okay, so I am going to come out with the answer. The first one is correct. Private owned vehicles will be scrapped after 20 years. Fitness test will be conducted after 20 years. For commercial vehicles, the fitness test has to be conducted after 15 years. If any vehicle fails the fitness test or does not manage renewal of registration certificate, may be declared as end of life vehicle. And the government and PSU owned vehicles are exempted is wrong. So all except D is our answer. For government vehicles and public sector owned vehicles, they will be scrapped after 15 years. So there is no exemption to government owned vehicles, rather the rules are more strict for them. They will be condemned after 15 years. Second question, match correctly the following dates as regards when the vehicle scrap policy kicks in. When will the scrap policy starts for government vehicle, for heavy commercial vehicles and other category vehicles? The answer is the second option. So AP BR and CQ, that is it. So this is the government vehicles. The scrapping would start on April 1, 2022, heavy commercial vehicles April 1, 2023, other category vehicles June 1, 2024. So that is it. As regards the previous question is concerned, I would like to add that all government vehicles and vehicles that are owned by public sector units will be deregistered after 15 years. So that is the point I would like to add to the previous question. All government and public sector units owned vehicles will be deregistered after 15 years. So there is no exemption to government or public sector unit vehicles. Roads will be freed of toll booth in a year, Gadkari. Roads will be free of toll booth in a year, says the Surface Transport Minister Mr. Nitin Gadkari. But don't be happy, the toll booths won't be there, but toll will be there. They are going to use GPS. India will implement a GPS based toll collection system and do away with all toll booths within a year, Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari informed. So he also shared the details of vehicle scrap policy. I have already mentioned in the last two questions the content of this particular write up, but still go through a few more will be there. Government's plan for rebate, if you are willing to uh, condemn your vehicles after 15 years or 20 years, and if you purchase a new vehicle you will be given some road tax exemption. Recommendations are there. Government has recommended the state that you should do like this. Anyway, those things I missed out, but please read, completely read and write down your notes. So roads will be freed from toll booths, not freed from tolls. Heavy tolls are to be paid by vehicle owners when they take on National Highway Authority roads. Aadhaar as a hurdle. Inefficiencies in Aadhaar project should not come in a way of welfare delivery. This particular editorial is written as against the news that said that 3 crore people are out of the purview of public distribution system because they have not been able to link their ration cards with Aadhaar. So that is something quite alarming. Supreme Court did the right thing by terming as serious the allegation by a petitioner that 3 crore ration cards were cancelled for not being linked with Aadhaar database, and that these were connected to reported starvation deaths in some states. Listen, Aadhaar had to be linked or ration cards had to be linked with Aadhaar, but thanks to not the problem of the ration card owners that their ration cards, many people's ration cards could not be connected with Aadhaar database, and their ration cards were scrapped, and the number soared to 3 crore, which led to even starvation in certain areas. The unique identification scheme has been in existence for more than a decade, and the recent data has estimated that 90% of India's projected population has been registered against Aadhaar, assigned the Aadhaar number. So following the court's judgment in 2018 upholding Aadhaar program as a reasonable restriction on individual privacy to fulfill welfare requirement and dignity, a 4-1 majority bench had also rejected a review petition in 2021. Questions about the scheme's validity of public purposes have been put to rest. Listen, the essence of the story is this: 3 crore people are out of the public distribution system because their ration cards are not linked with Aadhaar. A recent petition in the Supreme Court of India said that this led to starvation in some states. So Supreme Court has correctly pointed out that we are taking it up very seriously, and food cannot be denied on the basis of certain technicalities. So these include inefficiencies in biometric authentication and updation, linking of Aadhaar with bank accounts, and use of Aadhaar payment bridge. With benefits under the PDS, NGERA and LPG subsidy among other essentials requiring individuals to have an Aadhaar number, inefficiency and failures have led to inconvenience and suffering for the poor. So that is what the Supreme Court would be questioning in the days to come. Please read, very important. Third question, the Insurance Amendment Bill 2021 proposes to increase the maximum foreign investment allowed in insurance company to 49%, 51%, 74%, 100%, none of these. What's the right choice? The bill has been passed. So what does the bill say? What is going to be the foreign investment participation in insurance companies in India? Is it 49% that the government allowed, or 51%, or 34%, or 100%? Yes, I may say the answer, it is 74%. It was 49% earlier, now it is increased to 74%. So 74% is our answer. 74% of the total investment can be from a foreign investor. Rajya Sabha passes bill to raise FDI limit in insurance sector. Look, it is increased from 49 to 74%. Maximum foreign investment allowed in an insurance company from 49 to 74%. Very, very, very important from the purview of your examination. Austin visit may allay concerns about Indo-Pacific Afghanistan. Lloyd Austin is the American Defense Secretary. He is visiting India at a very crucial time. We know the significance of Quad, we know the increase in Chinese influence, we know the border issue with China, and considering all these things, US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's visit to India holds significance. Please read, very important. We have already discussed this as a question. Anyway, all these things will come to you repeatedly. That is the benefit of the program, so that it will get stuck to your mind. Which country has hosted an Afghan peace meet to bring peace to the country? We know that Afghanistan is facing plenty of issues. Afghanistan government is fighting the Taliban forces. There is no peace in Afghanistan. Bombing, killing of people, all these have become routine in Afghanistan. Afghanistan has been facing all this turmoil for the past many years. With the collapse of the Soviet Union, Afghan in 1991, Taliban forces killed the then President Najibullah and hanged him openly in a football stadium. And ever since then, Taliban influence in Afghanistan has been going on like anything. Even the elected government is not able to run the country freely. So now, and then the Al-Qaeda bombed or Al-Qaeda destructed the Twin Towers of Manhattan, the World Trade Center's Twin Towers. Then immediately America started war against terror, and America sent its troops to Afghanistan, where Osama bin Laden was supposedly hiding. And ever since then, America has been in Afghanistan, American forces have been in Afghanistan, and the Donald Trump administration decided to pull out of Afghanistan, and the American forces pulling out of Afghanistan was to begin in on May 1, 2021. But before that, peace has to come to Afghanistan. Otherwise, once that support is taken off, for the military support is taken off, the Afghanistan government will be in deep trouble, and Taliban may use the opportunity to control the population of Afghanistan. So mediating, the answer is Russia. Mediating between Afghan government and Taliban leadership. Russia is mediating between Afghan and Taliban leadership. Representatives from USA, China, Iran and Pakistan are participating. These are the stakeholders in the Afghan issue. So let us see what is going to happen. Russia hosts Afghan peace meet. Very important, something very important about one of our neighboring countries, so it is important to us too. Russia hosted a peace conference for Afghanistan, bringing together government representatives and their Taliban adversaries along with international observers in a bid to help jumpstart the country's stalled peace process. Okay, so please read, look. The one-day gathering is the first of the 3 planned international conferences ahead of May 1 with deadline for final withdrawal of US and NATO troops. Presently, US troops as well as NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the Western powers, their troops are planted in Afghanistan. So they want to somehow move out of Afghanistan, and that was what Donald Trump also planned during the last stages of his presidency. But before they pull out, peace has to come to Afghanistan. The fifth question, John McAfee, who died suddenly, was the authoritarian leader and president of Zambia, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Eritrea or Uganda? Time is up. John Magufuli. Who is John Magufuli? He died recently. He died suspectedly of COVID-19. He died. He was not to be seen, not making any public appearance for the past couple of weeks, and officially the government of Tanzania announced that he is no more. So he is the president of Tanzania. He was the president of Tanzania who died recently. Tanzania mourns after Magufuli's sudden death. Tanzania is mourning over the sudden death of President John Magufuli, an authoritarian leader and COVID-19 skeptic who leaves behind a divided legacy and a question mark over his fatal illness. My dear students, thank you very much for watching the program. I shall be back again on Monday with the papers of today, and of course some of the papers that I could not come on a daily basis. So thank you very much. At 3 o'clock we shall meet again with another live session on either math, English or reasoning. So remain alert, remain enthusiastic, learn well. Thank you very much.